What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Three-Sided Box Prediction Center here for the NHL Playoffs. I am your host, David. This is a very disgruntled and unhappy Michael, as we're literally 10 minutes off a fresh Nashville defeat in Game 7 against the Winnipeg Jets, in which they got blown out.
We gifted them a win.
Yeah,
we gifted them a win. Let's just call it. Jets are good. Jets are great. Jets are a great team. They have a really good team. But we gifted them at least 2 wins this series. At least. Minimum.
3 wins on the road in the playoffs is completely unacceptable. That's Ottawa Senators level of intolerance.
You know the worst part is that we'll get to this later.
Yeah, let's focus on what we got to say right now. Let's start off with the Eastern Conference. That is the Tampa Bay Lightning against the Washington Capitals, the surprising Capitals. They finally got over the hump. They finally defeated the Penguins. Good on them. I'm very happy for them. Fuck the Penguins, and I really hope Ovechkin does something with this opportunity, because we all know that time's ticking, and the
it passes you by.
Exactly. So, who you got?
Well.
I'm sorry. Before we get into that, all times will be in the description below. So if you want to skip to the Western Conference, I got a time in the description.
So to begin, I just want to say that the entire playoffs, usually I'm really good at predicting stuff. For some reason this year, I've been way off. So what I'm going to do to reverse this, I will pick the Washington Capitals to win the series. AKA, the Lightning will win the series. Just to,
So what's your actual prediction?
The Lightning. In 6 games. I think, look, in all seriousness, the Capitals, look, congrats to you. You beat Pittsburgh, but guess what? You're halfway there. That's it. You didn't win the Stanley Cup. And it's good. I know what it's like to beat the Blackhawks, and, your arch rival, maybe it's a bit more for you. Definitely a bit more for you guys, but I know what it's like, and it feels good. But you have to move on and go to the next series, and the next series until you win it all. And look, you're playing a Lightning team that, wasn't playing good at the end of the season, but seems to really turn on the playoffs. Guys like Johnson, Palat, Point, Kucherov, Miller now. All these guys are playing excellent hockey, at the right time, and they're basically rolling through the playoffs without basically any issues. They have a tall task, the Washington Capitals, and I feel like I've seen this story so many times where a team gets over the hump, some hump, and they just get so consumed with the happiness, and they get content almost with just beating them. It's hard to overcome, and you really need a hungry team to realize that you need to move on. But I don't know. I just feel like the Lightning are just they've been to the Cup final, they lost, and it's the same core, and they're gonna want to do it again, and at least get to that point.
I'll just start with my prediction. Lightning in 6. I agree with your pick. The Capitals are over the hump. Now, like you said, one of 2 things are about to happen. They're going to ride this crazy momentum and take them to a final and or become champions. Or, like you said, the happiness is going to just alter their focus, and they're not going to be able to regroup and refocus again on the Lightning. When looking at the grand scheme of things, the Lightning are the only team that we really all expected to be in this position.
Yep.
Capitals, we all expected to choke. Vegas, it's a joke. We'll get to that in a minute. And the Jets, as much as they impressed me this past series, because I've watched almost every game, I definitely did not see them going this far. So, I got the Lightning in 6 for this one. I think they're hungry. I think they want it.
They've been through the heartache, which you basically have to go through. You need to go far in the playoffs, get that heartache, and then come back years later to win
Established organization, respectable organization, nice city. I like the colors of their jerseys. There's just a lot of good things going on.
They just got players stepping up. That's all I'm saying. They got players stepping up.
I would love if the Capitals won, but I don't. I think this is another wall. And look, this is an okay wall to lose to. This is not, you're not losing to the Penguins in the second round again. This is okay. This is a good stepping stone in order to continue this momentum maybe next year. However, the Capitals definitely do have a chance. They're good enough to beat the Lightning. It's just a matter of whether they could focus and mental toughness. Pull out your fucking Coach Ditka and and get on that shit. And look, I'm happy with whichever team wins. I feel like the Lightning are a little more capable than the Capitals. But let's move on to the Western Conference. All right, well, the Western Conference, we got the Vegas Golden Knights hosting for most of the series the Winnipeg Jets. So I'll let you kick it off. Go ahead.
Could I just say something for 1 second? And I know maybe whoever watched this, there's not many, but regardless, are probably gonna get all salty about it. But just hear me out for a second. How random is this year? Like, let's be honest. The Capitals beating the Penguins, the Jets who haven't won anything, going to the conference final.
It's the first time even in the old reincarnation of the Jets that they've gone this far.
And the Vegas Golden Knights expansion team going to the conference final. Again, you said the only team that really we expect to be here is the Lightning. Honestly, I don't know what to think of this year. Is this year a fluke? I don't know what's happening.
Well, more on this in our podcast. Yeah. Even though we didn't do round 2 due to exams, we don't have exams. Round 3 podcast will be out.
Yeah. Look, honestly, man, I really don't care who wins this series. I really don't. I really don't care. Honestly, I don't care.
And pick a number from 1 to 7.
If you want me to pick one, I'll pick Vegas just because I want James Neal to win a cup. That's the only reason why. I hate the Jets. Look, they played better. Kudos to them. Great. You guys have great fans. One of the best fans I think in hockey. Very loud. You have a shit goal horn, but that goes without saying. Anyways, you guys have a good team, but look, man, Preds underperformed. If they performed throughout consistently in the playoffs, I think we would have a different story right now. But that we're gonna go on the podcast about that. Anyways, I got Vegas in this one. I'm just gonna pick randomly. I really don't know. I don't really care. I'm gonna pick them in 6. I don't know. I just feel like they're hot. I think Marc-Andre Fleury is the best goalie in the playoffs. He's the only goalie so far in the playoffs who's been playing super consistent and, forget about consistently, amazingly consistent. He's a god. He's in god tier form. And you have to give him credit. And I got Vegas, man. I got Vegas. Jets are a good team, but I think it's going to be Vegas in 6. I don't know why. I feel it's Vegas in 6. And it sucks. I really don't care who wins. I hate both teams.
Well, I care who wins because I love and respect the sport of hockey, and the NHL should be the most respected league in the, at least for Americans, major sports. Because we all know that the draft is a joke in the NHL. Hashtag thank you for fucking us because the Senators got fucking gypped again. Well, I'll get into that in the podcast too. If you guys want to hear how I feel about the draft, I'm gonna go on a nice little rant about that because we got fucked. So anyways, back to this. So fuck the Vegas Golden Knights. They do not deserve to be here. I don't give a shit how good they're playing. Alright? I don't give a fuck. Martin Jones choked it up. Fucking Paul Martin fucking choked it up. The rest of the Sharks pulled the regular Sharks that we've known for the last decade and a half, minus the last 2 years, and choked the fucking shit up. Alright? It's a joke. I can't stand it. It makes me sick. And you know what? As much as I don't like the Winnipeg Jets, I hate them the least out of all the Canadian teams. Minus the Ottawa Senators, of course. No, Montreal's the number 1 team I hate the most in the world. Toronto's the number 2 team I hate most in the world. I can't stand the Flames. I really don't like the Oilers. The fucking Canucks are a joke. What else is there to go for? The Nordiques don't exist. Okay? Mind you, Ottawa might become the fucking Nordiques for all I know. Okay? Which is going to be
Which will be in our podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So the Jets, look, I don't like the Jets, but it's just more that, it's more, honestly, Connor Hellebuck. But honestly, he impressed me so much in this series that, I really find it hard to hate them as much as I did. I'm starting to respect them a little bit more and more. I like Blake Wheeler, I like Scheifele, I like a lot of the guys, I like Stasny. I'm a big Buff fan back in his Chicago days.
By the way, on a side note, this guy is literally one of the most dirty players in hockey.
We're gonna get into this all in the podcast. I'm gonna pick the Winnipeg Jets to win this series in 6 games, go to the Stanley Cup final. But let me just say this from here: Ottawa, Vancouver, Edmonton, and Calgary have all gone to Stanley Cup finals within the last 11 years. No, way more than that. Almost 15 years.
Yeah.
2004 was the Calgary Lightning one.
15 years.
So, and that all teams have done shit after doing it. It really doesn't establish much. Look at them. They just won the Stanley Cup final. It really doesn't do much unless you're the actual champions. So, being the runners-up is honestly just as shit as losing in round 1 for the most part. Like, as good as it is for momentum, I feel like it just sets you up for failure because now there's an expectation.
Yeah, well, look, like, the Preds, at the beginning of the season, were expected to win the West, expected to, do all the great things, and look what happened. The pressure got to us, and we shit the bed at home. We shit the bed for the third time in this series at home.
Throughout the whole season. We were the best Canadian team last year by far. We went to double overtime game 7 this year. We shit the bed so much that literally they want to blow up the whole goddamn team because of it and lose Eric Carlson. But again, all this in the podcast. So stay tuned. It will be out shortly after this video is published. Sometime Friday because I work, so I gotta figure out timing. He'll probably have to do it for me. But anyways, I got Jets in 6, you got Knights in 6, I got Lightning in 6, you got Lightning in 6. So hopefully we're both predicting a Lightning final. Hopefully it's with the Jets, so at least an established franchise could be there and not a joke like the Vegas Golden Knights.
Can we just agree that please somebody in the East win the Cup?
Oh, yeah, 100%,
please!
100%.
I can't take CBC's bias to the fucking Jets, and I can't take their bias towards the great story Golden Knights. I don't give a shit!
Look, in the end, the Eagles are Super Bowl champions, and I think we
Exactly.
should all celebrate
a deserving fan base and a deserving team.
Exactly. So fly, Eagles, fly. Fuck hockey. Let's all watch football.
No!
Right.
Fuck the Raiders.
Right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. Smash that like button. Throw your comments down below. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Except for you, Leo. You're a prick. Right? Always fucking picking on you.
And go fuck yourself, right?
Exactly. Subscribe if you haven't. Share the video with your friends. We really appreciate the love. And we will see you all for the Stanley Cup final. Stay tuned for more anime videos and some podcasts. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And we'll see you next time.